Yes, one more class, Bio class, chapter 13. You know that already it is in continuation of that. So we have done till now what we have done in organism population, in this organism chapter 13, organisms and population. हमने क्या क्या पढ़ा अभी, क्या क्या पढ़ लिया? Biotic factor, abiotic factor, see then biomes also, major biomes in world or in India also, right? And how they are, the abiotic factors are affecting our life, our organism's life. Now then we have done adaptations also, why the organisms are to survive against the stressful conditions, how they are modifying, how their metabolic activities are being changed, how some character modifications are there to survive in that particular environment. We have seen a desert environment, high temperature there. Then we have seen that will be colder regions also. We have seen some modifications are there, some there, maybe some morphological changes, maybe some physiological changes. In the previous class we have seen that one. So now the next one is the population. Population attributes. Again I told you attributes means characteristics. So what are the characteristics of population? So before we will start this one, हम इससे पहले शुरू करें कि what is this? We should know about the what is population, right? What is population? You know, you never seen any isolated individual of any species. You never seen any one single organisms is surviving in the particular environment, specific geographical area. Never. Why it is so? Because they want some other people, a group of people, organisms should be there so that they compete. Competition will be there. They share, and for then reproduction also, interbreeding will also be there. So that particular area, in that particular area where the group of organisms of same species, they are sharing there, they are competing there, and then for interbreeding. Maybe they are sexual reproduction also, or interbreeding is especially used for sexual reproduction. But sometime here in this population definition we can say that when they are asexually also reproducing. So that group of organisms is known as population. What is that? Population. It means population single individual or only single organism cannot form population. For population that should be having group of organisms, right? So that number you can say the population of birds, population of rat, population of cows, population of the human being also. You know that after 10 years then population counting should be there, that is called census. So now then it means that is group of organisms where that they are in a particular place, they are living and they are competing, they are sharing, or they are reproducing. So now then that will be population. So now what are the characteristics of attribute? When we start to talk about what are the characteristics of population or attributes. So first we can say that is birth rate. What is there? Birth rate. Here what is birth rate means? This birth rate, you know, single individual, when we talk about the single organism, it can birth will be there or death will also be there, right? We can use that birth rate and combinedly we'll take combinedly death rate also, right? Both means single individual is having birth and death. But in population, when we talk about in terms of population, so that is called birth rate and death rate, right? Are you getting? Means whenever we are finding a rate, so it should be the group of organisms. In that group of organisms we can find out the rate of birth rate or maybe death rate, right? So how we are taking? Suppose in a particular pond, in your book is also example is there. Suppose in particular pond there 20 flowers are there, lotus, 20 lotus plants are there, right? And then after 1 week, you can say after 1 week or after 1 week or whatever the time period is given, then after 1 week 8 more added, total will become 28, right? In particular pond that will become 28. So what is the birth rate? In the same case we can find out the death rate also. Same, both are the same formula. Means 20 lotus are there, I told 8 more added in that pond, or maybe at 8 lotus died in that particular pond. In that case of death, it will be 20 minus 8, 12 are left, right? So now how that is, what is the birth rate and what is the, we will find out death rate also. So now then number of births, that formula, birth rate, or you can say we will add here death rate also, both is equal to number of births or death in given time, upon existing population, existing number of, when we talk about lotus, so then existing number of, or existing population you can say, right? Means here 20 lotus are present already in that pond, 8 are added, or 8 more lotus plants are added in that pond, so total we have got 28. So when you want to tell that what is birth rate, so in that case that is a find out number of birth, or when in case of death, number of death in given time, and that is existing upon divided by existing period. So now then I talk about the period I have told 1 week maybe. So now then 8 number of birth means 8 are there, 8, then existing population 20, so then 20. So we can find out here 4, what will be there, 2 4 ja 8, and or you can say 4 2 ja 8, again we will do 4 2 ja 8 and 4 5 ja, right, 2 upon 5, then again we will multiply, divide it, so what we will get, 0.4. The death rate, birth rate 0.4, right, 0.4 per week. I am telling you that 1 mark question is there, number of times at birth, find out the birth rate, how many are present there and how many added or dead. Now then in case of death rate, if suppose 8 are died, so again the same formula will be there, death rate is also 8 died, 20 existing, the same process is there. So death rate will be 0.4 per week. Now here per week what we have written, sorry, per week means that is your birth rate or death rate. So this is a formula, you can write with a pencil in your book, but it is not given in your book I think. Now birth rate or death rate, that is equal to number of births or number of death in given time. We are talking about 1 week. 1 week, how many added? 8. Now then existing population of that particular plant, if you are talking plant, if you are talking rate, whatever we can add. So now then that will be in there. So we can, 1 mark question will be there for this. So this is the first 2, birth rate is the characteristic attributes of population, then death rate, attributes of population. Now then third one is sex ratio, right? That third one is the sex ratio. You know sex ratio? Third. In single individual, maybe in single organism, we cannot find out the ratio because that is whether it will be only 1 male or 1 female. How can we find out the ratio, sex ratio, how many males or females? That sex ratio only in that case considered in that case of population. So then we are saying that is one of the attribute of population. Means here we can find out if more number of, just nowadays you see girl child is there, so the ratio, sex ratio is decreasing in the male and female. The females are getting low, number of females are low, and a number of males are, because of that is a feticide you have done in first chapter, 4th chapter there. Now then it means in population we can find out the how many males and how many females and what are the ratio between them. So this is the only we can find out in the ratio between the male and female. We can find only in that case population. Single individual never be considered. We cannot consider that any sex ratio. How can we find? Because only one is there, so we cannot find, right? Now then 4th attribute is there. That 4th attribute is age distribution. What is there? Age distribution. Means in any population is there different age group persons are there. Means in a human population, that that in nowadays in India, when we talk about in India, So what will be there? The human population is there. So different age group, children are also there, youth is also there, old aged people are also there, right? That is the age distribution. How that will be. So when in any population, when we are plotting a graph, when we are plotting a graph in particular population, we are plotting a graph in their age groups, in their distribution of age groups, right? Means that is, you can say pre-reproductive phase, then reproductive, then third one that will be you can say last one post-reproductive, right? Means in that pre-reproductive means children, now they are not able to reproduce. Then in between that youth is there, that is a reproductive age, and then last one is that is a post-reproductive. So when we draw a plot, that plot is called pyramids. What is it called? Pyramids, and which are showing which are telling us the status of growth. Status of growth means that growth is decreasing or increasing or stable. What is it? So now then, how we will distribute? So I told about that, which are there. The first one, pre-reproductive, right? Then reproductive. We are plotting that reproductive. Then post-reproductive. Among these, right? Among these we are plotting a graph. Producting means these are different age groups are there, children are there, youth are there, old people are there, right? All these three. So we will see in the three conditions are there. Might be sometimes these people or these group of organisms or that any population, human being also we can talk. So then when any population pre-reproductive age group is more, right? Means when we draw like this, more, then reproductive phase is less. And then post-reproductive phase is like this, right? Means here this is pre-reproductive phase, this one reproductive phase, or this one post-reproductive phase. Means when we are plotting a graph among these distribution of these age groups, so this such type of pyramid we are getting. So this type of graph means they are telling us the growth of status, or status means of this how their population is increasing or decreasing. So here that is called expanding. This type of pyramid is called expanding. Expanding means increasing, means here population is increasing because those more number of reproductive age group, so that will be more, and then they will become then youth and they are reproducing more. So then such type of population growth is called expanding. Second is there, second type of growth status, that will be in that near about the same, where this age group and this age group near about same, approximate same you can say, right? Here like this. So this age group or this pyramid is called stable. Means neither in each stage that is approximate number of organisms are same. So now then that is called, this type of called stable, right? Now the third type of pyramid what we have got, where just opposite of these, where these are less number. It is given in your book also, diagram is also given in your book, and number of times you that will be, see this one, right? Number of times that questions will be there. Here the third one is means where that first one pre-reproductive phase is very less and reproductive phase is more, and then post-reproductive phase is also less. So such type of growth pyramid is called declining. What is it called? Declining. Means these are the three types of means when we plotting a graph when between or among these different age groups or age distribution. Now then here we have taken the three groups. One is a pre-reproductive, second is reproductive, and third one post-reproductive. So when we are drawing these, we are getting such type of expanding, then stable, then declining, means increasing, stable and decreasing. So then that they are showing the status, growth status, whether that its growth is, population growth is expanding, increasing, or that is stable, or that is declining. So then it will be, that will be done, considered by the survey. We are doing survey in the every census after 10 years. We are counting the human beings, and now then population, you can say, then they are measuring population. So in after every 10 years, in that way that they are asking also age group, age they are asking. So then they can find out the such type of pyramids, are plotting that pyramids, so that they would be able to tell that this growth is status of that growth is stable, expanding or declining, right? There are four characteristics of these population. One is birth rate, second one is called death rate, third one is called sex ratio, fourth one is called age distribution, right? So now in that, these are very important, this graph. This year foreign by CBSE board exam, the diagrams are given, they have just asked to write the name of these pyramids. So it's very simple. Sometimes it can one year this question for 5 marks, right? So you have to explain that one. So that is the first of all, it is the attribute of population. Then you have to tell that in between, how we are plotting a graph, or why we are plotting a graph. We are plotting a graph, why? Because to tell the growth status, right? So now next come to the counting, means how then we can, first of all, population size. When we are saying expanding, decreasing, so then population size means that population size is also called population density. What is it called? Population density. As in our India, population density too high. Number of people are there in India, population is too much. So now then that is also known as population size, or population size are also called population, or it is also called density. Density means population density, right? So how can we find out, what are the ways by which we can find out the density of population? So in that case, how can we find out? There are different methods or different ways are there. In that we can find out the population density. So first simple method is there, by counting, right? That is the simple easiest method, and appropriate method also you can say, and you can say foolproof, right? Means 100 are there, 100 are maybe 2000 are just, we are after counting we are saying that 135 million people are there in India. So now why we are saying by counting? So that is a very appropriate method, and then that will give the exact number of organisms by counting. But it is not every time it is not possible. We can count. How can you count that? Suppose you sugar cane use. How can you count that sugar cane use? You cannot count. So then we are taking a weight. We are taking weight 1 kg, 2 kg, 3 kg. Then in the same case, in organisms, if that is number of, in your book it is also given one example, that is a Parthenum grass. Wild grass is there, and that these Parthenum grass 200, and these 200 Parthenum grass plants, they are growing just under the banyan tree, right? So now then you are counting, how can you say that which one is more, 200 Parthenum or only one banyan tree, right? When we count, we will tell the population density. Population of density of 200 grass or one banyan tree, which one will be? By number you can say that Parthenum grass population size is more than banyan tree, but in really it is not, because we see that banyan tree having a lot of biomass when we compare with this. So here we can say the population size, population density of banyan tree is more than this 200 Parthenum grass. Number is less, only 1 and 200. But when they are taking their biomass, so biomass of this banyan tree is more, but that will be very less. So now then the second method, by biomass, measuring by measuring biomass. Right? This is one more method. Are you getting better? Means first simple method counting. Here we are taking care of biomass. How much we are getting from that banyan tree and how much we are getting from 200. What biomass is there? So now then that is third method. Now fourth method of this counting of these, that is when means relative density. Here we are talking about relative density. Means we are not getting exact, right? But we are just approximate. We are thinking. One example is given about tiger. You know, tiger, Project Tiger is in India. That when the number of population of tiger that is decreasing, so then government has started number of programs to save or to conserve the tiger. So then that program named Project Tiger. So now, but how can they count in forest, right? And forest in zoo and national park? Where? How can they? It is very difficult to count that. How can they will go just near the tiger? So now then, in that type of, they are counting their pug marks. Right? After that, when they are passing through that, and then they are counting how many pug marks are there, just relative. They are approximate that they are telling by seeing their pug marks or their excreta. Right? Means how much excretory products are there in that particular area. So by that way they are taking that, means just near they are taking idea of seeing these pug marks. There are maybe 5 tigers or maybe 10 by counting these pug marks, or that excreta also, how much excretory material is there in that particular area. Now then one more example given in your book. Then when we are catching fish in our net. So now then again that we cannot count in the sea how many fishes are there. Who is going to count that in that particular water body? So now then in that case also we are thinking per means that one net we are throwing it, how many fishes are coming in that net, how many fishes that person is able to catch in that net. So then they are taking that idea ki how many 3 times 4 times they are getting these fish. So then they are taking an approximate idea in that particular water body, this number, such number of fishes are present, right? So these are the 3 methods. That is very important, 3 marks question. 3 methods are there. By this we can, one is a counting, simple method, appropriate method. Second one, by measuring only biomass, relative biomass, it is called measuring biomass, and then that will be also, that is called relative density. Here we are considering only relative biomass. Relative biomass means that biomass of this and this. Then we can compare, right? Here relative density we are just taking idea. That is only just an approximate number we are getting, not an actual number of we are getting. So these are the methods for finding population density. How can we check out to measure population density? By this way. Clear? So now then these are the, that is very easy and interesting also, right? Now just when you go through that more, I have taken all examples, but maybe few more examples, maybe in your textbook you can learn that one also. These are also I have taken from your book. Now then next one, which we are taking population attributes. Here we are taking the next topic is there, which one? That is population growth. Means how the population size is increasing. When the population density is increasing, it means we are saying that population is there. Population is there. So now then population. So there are 4 regions are there, or 4 terms are there which will show the population growth. How they? So first one is the natality. What is it called? Natality. And now one more thing is the population density. We are representing by N. Right? Population density, population size, that we are representing by N, capital N. So here natality. Second one is the mortality. Third one is the immigration. Fourth one is the emigration. What is the meaning of these terms? Natality means number of birth, right? Means in any community, how many organisms are born, that is the number is added in the population, right? So that is a number of, you can say number of births, right? When mortality is there, that is number of death. Means if how many organisms are died in that particular population, so then it will be means that populations are decreasing. Here the population size increasing. Now then immigration. Here immigration means how many organisms are coming in this population from outside, right? But they are start to live there in that particular population. So then number of outsiders, number of organisms added, right? That is in that because of this also population growth is increasing. And here the number of organisms are out, means they move back, they move away from that particular population. So here because this natality and this immigration, now both are responsible to increase the population size, and now the mortality and immigration that will be responsible for the decreasing the population size. In that graph in your book it is given, also graph is given. By this it is very easy to understand that, and that will be see here. Natality is the birth, so we are representing by B, capital B, right? Here we are taking population density, right? The number of birth in that particular community population there, so then that will be here plus, means these birth added into this community. Now here that will be immigration, that is represented by capital I. It will be also adding it in this population. Here these are, you can say that is death, mortality, that will be minus. Now here we can say that will be immigration, it will be represented by E, that will be represented by I, right? Like this. So now here that will be minus. 2 are moving away from this, 2 are adding to this, right? So then when we find out existing population, this one means we can say T, NT, right? The formula when we had found out NT, existing population, plus after 1 year, after one year in this condition what will happen? So then we will take B plus I, right? Means these are in population that will be added, and these are minus, that will be minus, then D plus E. This is a formula, means that will be after 1 year. Now that population density or population growth of this particular area, that will be concluded by birth plus immigration, and then minus that death plus immigration. Now these are, that is a symbol, it is also given in your book also, you can see in your book also, that see this natality, right? Now then immigration, that is mortality, and that immigration. Here we can see that these 2 are added, these 2 are subtracted. So here we will see if NT plus 1, NT plus 1 means that will be plus 1, we can write more clear, plus 1. So now we will see that is B plus I minus D plus E, right? Both these are, those are moving away, that will be added, and those are coming inside, that will be added, and now then it will be total, from this total subtracted this total. This is when, by this way we can find out the population growth, right? So then this is today's, my topic is this, population attributes, population growth, right? We have done population growth, population attribute, population growth, and that will be how that will be counting the population density. How can we find out the population, number of populations are there? There are 3 methods I told you about. By counting is there, then second one is the by biomass, and by third one the relative density. Examples also given, I have told also from your book. So these are the today's topic, this one. Again go through that, it's very simple. Now then for next class we will take growth models, right? There are growth models which are very important topic from this chapter, growth models, right? We will see then what are the growths are, what type of growth is there. So till then only this one we are taking. homework, then you can do homework. How many questions I have given from this? We had given that some questions are there. 1 to 4 I think I had given. 1 to 4 I had given. Yes. Now then you can do question number 5, 6, 7. 5, 6, 7, right? You can do question 5, 6, 7 and for homework. I will give uploading your question homework in your portal also, right? So then, till then, do your work, do study, revise your homework. That is 100% sure that homework will be revise your homework. Revise your taught portion. Okay? Till then, bye.